What is up, YouTube? My name is Hector Salinas, and I am here with another video. Now, on this video, I decided to do a top 10 list. And on this top 10, I'm going to be doing top 10 in horror remakes. Now, there are some horror remakes I have not seen, such as Let Me In. So, there's a few others. So, if they're not on my list, there's a good chance that I haven't seen them. Either that or I don't like them. So let's get on with the list. Now, my number 10, I have The Last House on the Left. Now, the original was directed by Wes Craven, and I have not seen the original, but the remake, I really like it. It is about two girls. They get raped and murdered. One of them actually survives, and the gang that raped and murdered the two girls, they look for a place to stay at the night, to stay the night, and the place that they choose to stay, the homeowners are actually the parents of one of the girls that they actually raped and murdered. Well, she's not dead. But the whole entire movie is about the parents taking revenge on the gang. So yeah, number 9, I have Maniac. Now, Maniac is about a sadistic killer who goes around killing women for kicks, and it actually stars Elijah Wood. Now, the way I heard about Maniac was because of Elijah Wood, hearing that he was going to play a killer, which I couldn't see. And when I saw the movie, it actually worked. He was pretty menacing and very creepy. He already has that creepy look, but he looks really creepy in this movie. It was just crazy seeing him scalp women. It really was. The great thing about this movie is that it was actually filmed POV style, not handheld camera, like a found footage film, but POV style. You're looking through his eyes, and it just made the experience of this film so much greater. So, number 8, I have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not Texas Chainsaw, the new movie that came out like a year ago, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, that movie was shit. Anyways, this is a remake of Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I have seen the original. The differences with these two, well, other than Tobe Hooper's being the way better one, the superior one, but the differences is Tobe Hooper's original barely had any blood. There was just blood in certain spots, but in the remake there is a lot more blood and gore. Other than that, the new cast and the look, looking at Jessica Biel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was actually a pretty good remake, and one of the best ones out of the whole entire like Nightmare on Elm Street and 13th Friday the 13th and all those New Line Platinum Dunes films, the best pretty much. Now, number 7, I have The Crazies. Now, I did not know that The Crazies was a remake. And even more, I did not know that the original was directed by George A. Romero. And that really, really surprised me. Now, The Crazies is about a government experiment goes awry, gets loose on this small town, and everyone in the small town is going crazy, and they're killing other people, they're doing horrible things, and we're following a group of survivors, and they're trying to escape the small town. Now, number 6, I have The Ring. Now, The Ring has a personal attachment to me because when I was a kid, I saw this as a kid, and it pretty much scarred me. The Ring is a remake of a Japanese horror flick, and it is about a woman who finds a videotape and she watches it and she learns that in 7 days she will die if she doesn't find out how to stop uh, whatever is trying to kill her. Now, the part that scarred me, if you've seen the film, is when uh, the mother of the girl in the beginning of the movie, she finds her daughter in the closet, and just seeing her face, it just scared the hell out of me. I don't know. The movie just freaked me out, and it's like seared in my memory. Um, Now, number 5, I have Dawn of the Dead. Now, Dawn of the Dead the original was directed by George A. Romero, as you all know. Now, the original, I love the mall in the original. It just reminds me of the malls that were in California when I was a kid. And now, the remake is actually a really good remake. It's directed by Zack Snyder, and is pretty fast paced, especially the zombies. They're fast, and it just brings the intensity up a notch. And I don't know, it's just one of the most fun zombie horror flicks that I've seen, other than Shaun of the Dead. And actually, the best zombie remake, you know, passes up Night of the Living Dead, and to me, the best zombie remake. Now, number 4, I have The Hills Have Eyes. Now, the original Hills Have Eyes was directed by Wes Craven, and I haven't seen the original, but I saw the second one that Wes Craven directed, and that one wasn't really good. So now the remake, The Hills Have Eyes, is a really good remake. It was just one of the most different horror films I have ever seen. The way things happened in it just really surprised me, and one of the best revenge flicks I have seen in my years. Now, number 3, I have The Fly. Now, the original Fly is actually a movie that was made way, way, way long ago, like I think the 1950s. And in this one, the remake, directed by David Cronenberg, who's one of the best directors of body horror, it's about a scientist who tries to create a device for teleportation. And when he decides to experiment on himself, doing it himself, a fly gets into his capsule, and when he teleports, his DNA meshes with the fly's DNA. And during the whole entire movie, he's turning into a fly, and it's really, really disgusting. Ugh. It's just one of the most disgusting movies I've ever seen, and a classic. Number 2, I have The Thing. Now, The Thing is actually a remake of another horror film, I think, made in the 1950s, called The Thing from Another World. Now, the remake is directed by John Carpenter, and this movie, I have to say, this is one of John Carpenter's best movies, if not his best movie, in my opinion. It's about men on an expedition in Antarctica, and they find an alien specimen, and they take it in, and the alien specimen gets loose, is able to disguise itself as one of them, and the whole entire movie is pretty much about trust. And do you trust that person is who they say they are? You know, and I love movies like that. Just the effects in this movie, for the time that it came out, are just amazing. Pretty much everything about this movie is amazing. Yeah, a classic. Now, number 1, a lot of people, I think, are going to be really surprised by this, and some of them might not like it. But for my number 1, it's a relatively new movie, a new remake, and it is Evil Dead. Now, there is something about this movie that I just love so much. It is so much fun, one of the most fun times I have ever had in a movie theater. The original is directed by Sam Raimi, and it is a classic. It's one of the best for its campiness, but in my opinion, I like Evil Dead a little bit more. It's just the blood, the gore, the acting, just and the experience I had with the film with my friends was the most fun I have ever had. And I don't know, just everything about this movie I love. It's about five friends. They go to a cabin that the brother and sister of the friends their parents owned, and they find out that it was used for something very terrible, and one of them reads a book that they find in the basement, and something gets out, and things go crazy. And it is some of the best practical effects I have seen. A lot of blood, a lot of gore, and a lot of fun. So yeah, that is my top 10 list. My honorable mentions are the new Carrie. That one was okay. You know, the original's way better than the remake, but the remake was, it was just Grudge and Friday the 13th. Now, I hope you liked my video. Put what your top 10s for horror remakes are in the comments below. And give this video a like if you like what you see here. And next up, I'm going to be doing the top 10 horror movies to watch during the Halloween season. So, thanks for watching, and until next time.